Disneyland continues to gamble with their financial future and your kids. Hey everybody, welcome to the channel. I hope you're all doing great. Buckle up, strap in, hold on to your hats and your glasses as I blow the lid off another hot topic. If you're new, please subscribe. Subscribe right away. Never been a more important time in history to get centered and surrounded with like-minded people. Iron will sharpen iron. We got to sharpen a little iron today. Wow. Like just when you think the news couldn't get any more bizarre, can you believe this thing? I know every generation has probably been shocked. Those hippies, that Elvis, like I get it. But now this is insane. Even my own teenage kids are like, Dad, what is going on? This is insanity. My kids all the time, they're like, I wish I grew up in the 80s like you, Dad. 80s was a cool time compared to now, but even then, our parents probably were beside themselves off the thing. There's always been something. But here's the challenge for me, is why are companies continuing to go woke when it's causing a negative impact on their business model, on sales, on revenues, on profits? Like, is there something I'm missing here? What am I missing? Somebody help me out. Why do companies continue to roll the dice and gamble with their financial future? Luckily for us, I think the first one really to grab headlines and really make this a polarizing issue was Bud Light and Kid Rock blasting a bunch of cases of the product and denouncing it. And then luckily we're like, okay, so if he's going to denounce it, it's okay for me to. Did you get to the point, I know I did, where I see stuff on social media, whether it's Facebook or Instagram, and if it's something that's controversial, like I'm afraid to even give it a like because I don't want all of a sudden some watchdog group to start like interfering with what I'm doing. Like I almost want to stay under the radar, but at some point, there's certain things that you have to speak up on. And I think that's really what we're seeing is like this unofficial gag order be placed around America. You can't stand up for what America was built on. We want to erase history. We wanted to do all these crazy things of the crisis, and it ushered in a lot of really bad things. Like, let's just not sugarcoat it. Let's just call it for what it is. This is bad. So today I was watching a little news and I saw something that really, really shocked me over to what was, I don't know, I guess they call it the happiest place on earth. It's basically turning into the gayest place on earth. And while, like I'm not here to take a position necessarily on your lifestyle choices, but there were certain places, like it's like if I started a store and be like, hedgerows, hedgerow this or, straight people that, like we don't do that. We don't do that. So why should this other side of the aisle be able to shove this down not only our throats, kids' throats? This is the challenging part, I think, of this one. Because you see, Disneyland is a playground for kids. It's just one big playground. So if, I don't even know if I can talk about this without showing this news clip. And I know many of you may have saw this, but it's just really going to drive our point home. Let's go ahead and run this clip. Then we're going to meet back here to wrap this one up. Let's get started.
Near Disney, when they were met by Nick, the fairy godmother apprentice. Watch this.
So my name's Nick. I'm one of Fairy Godmother's apprentices. I'm here to shop you around and make all your selections for the day.
This is ridiculous. This is everything that's wrong with woke Disney, and this is why Axios now has Disney as one of the 5 most polarizing brands in America. Because this is about little girls being able to live out their dreams and their fantasies of becoming princesses, not about grown men with beards getting to live out their fantasies of pretending to be women. This is embarrassing. This is everything that is wrong with Disney distilled in one small clip.
All right, friends, welcome back. So there you go. I don't know about you guys, but this is a little concerning on so many levels. And I know the people that were covering this did a great job on elaborating on it. But the reality is this, my friends. If this is Disneyland is a really big playground for kiddos. When I grew up, Mickey Mouse, the Mickey Mouse Club, whatever. This has gone completely beyond that. See, here's the challenge. If I'm a parent, and I remember taking my kids when they were very little, if I had to walk them into a store and my little daughter wants to be a fairy princess and she sees a grown man now dressed as a fairy princess, How am I supposed to normalize this? But that's what we're doing. We want to normalize this. Public schools, they've already ushered this in too. I continue to go shoot baskets at the local junior high, and they're in the windows. Rainbow Pride, safe place here, kids. Come on here. You need a counselor? Is there something? Let's talk. Let's talk about these feelings. They're putting fuel on their own fire. They're promoting this agenda that continues to be ushered in. But here's my thought and fear, and let me know if this is valid or not, or if you feel the same way. Let's say your little 10-year-old or 7-year-old or 6-year-old daughter goes to Disneyland, where they've normalized grown men, clearly a man dressing like a woman, to greet you at their favorite princess store. Well, that's one thing if you're in the, if you're in the controlled environment of maybe where there's security around, you got parents, it's safe, but it's weird. What happens when that same 10-year-old kid is walking home from school and sees somebody pull up and offer them a ride dressed like that? And they remembered it at Disney. Oh, yeah, honey, I'm the guy from Disneyland. I mean, that kind of stuff. Walking down the street when you're not there, when they're not in a controlled environment. Is that good? Do you think that's healthy people? We already know it's dangerous out there. Is this making more opportunity for people that are already confused? So, with their identity? This is usually the ugly underbelly of a society. Now we're making it, trying to, the normal part, but there's nothing that will ever be normal about it. The only thing I can potentially see why a company would continue to roll the dice with their financial future by latching on to something that's so controversial is they don't care how many people it hurts, as long as it grabs the latest trending hashtag on social media. But this is dangerous. I personally believe they are gambling with their financial future. And it's not even my belief. It's just the data and the facts. Ask Bud Light how their sales are. Ask Target how much of their merchandising campaign made it into the store and how much got put in the back. Ask Disneyland how their attendance is going to be if they continue to usher this in. I think they're going to see the same thing as the other companies we just talked about will. In final thoughts, I come to you as a friend, as a content creator, as somebody who wants to see you not only win in life, understanding the waters you're swimming in now are shark infested. It's very important and okay and probably encouraged by many to not lie down for these things, to have a voice, to not worry about the social pushback, to not worry about a status quo that clearly has been compromised and continues to be compromised. And it's better to stand up for something that's right than lay down for something that's wrong just to follow status quo. I'm going to be here to blow the lid off this every step of the way because it's not only what we need, it's in fact what we deserve. If you appreciate the content, I want to humbly ask you to give the video a like, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment below. I'd love to hear from you. Social media link in the description of this video if you'd like to contact me there. And if you enjoyed this video, I think you're going to love the next video on your screen. As always, thank you for your time. Be a good human, and I'll see you on the next video.